Good enough. Okay, Josh, so welcome along to your straight and level lesson. Now, first of all, we're going to have a look at how to fly straight. So, what was the key thing that we needed in order to make sure we can go from A to B? A reference. A reference point, beautiful. Right, now having a look out in front of us, we've got a few possible reference points in front of us. We've got these salt lakes here, which are all pretty good. But because they're so close to us, they're going to end up going underneath us pretty quick. And so we want to try and pick something far on the horizon. So we've got Betcher Point over there. We've got where the coast comes in and then tracks out. We've got a fire. Have a look out to your left. We've got all sorts of hills that stand out nicely. So just something that's easy to spot. So I'm going to use our the coastal feature there, and we're lining it up with our reference line on the dash, right on the engine cowling. And that is just to the left of the propeller spinner there. So is it lining up on yours there? Yep, looking good. Okay. So we've got our reference point. Next we need a wings level. Alright, so if we have a look out the front, how's that nose attitude looking now? Is that nose wings level? Not quite, no. No, we're actually slightly left wing low. Alright, and we can confirm that. Just having a look at the engine cowling around, and if we look at a wingtip, the right wingtip's up in the air, and the left wingtip's down on the ground. Alright, and that's not going to work too well for us at all. So we want to try and find the spot where the attitude is nice and level, and use our peripheral vision as well. Alright, and finally we can have a look at our artificial horizon and check that our pointer in the air at the top there is centered and our wings are level on the horizon. Okay, so once we've got the straight under control, we want to have a look at flying level. So in order to fly level, it's really important that we understand the straight and level attitude. So if we have a look out in front of us at the moment, that's the attitude we want. Alright, now we've got about 1/3 ground and 2/3 sky. And if we put our fingers up on the dash, we're looking about 3 to 4 fingers, can't count. 3 to 4 fingers, and that's the attitude. So what I want you to do is take a bit of a mental photo of that, because that's our straight and level attitude. Now the nose will bump around a little bit, especially today. We're getting a little bit of turbulence from the hills, but that's alright. We just do our best to maintain that attitude. So once we've got the attitude there, we need to set our attitude. We then need to check our speed. Our speed's upwards of 115 knots is what we're looking for, and our power is at 2300 RPM. If it's not, we just adjust them, and once we've got that, we can trim. And again, if I have a look at the controls, let go, the nose is holding attitude. Okay, even with these bumps, it's all leveling out. The aircraft's quite stable, so we don't have to over control. We're still heading towards our reference point, and now what we want to do is go through our work cycle, and that is attitude, look out, clear left, clear center, clear above, clear right, attitude, and performance. Just have a look inside, check our speed, wings level, altitude, and that we're in balance. Alright, so what I want you to do is continue and take control of the aircraft, and I want you to maintain 2,300 feet, and continue on to our reference point. No, handing over.
I have control.
You have control. Okay, so the student will then continue to the reference point for a bit, holding that and just going through the work cycle. Okay, so Josh, now that we've got that under control, we want to have a simulation and look at a rapid deceleration. Now, as we talked about in the briefing, the reason we would want this is if we're maybe coming back into Jandakot, we've had an aircraft in front of us and we haven't really been keeping as close an eye on them as we should have, and they're suddenly we're gaining on them rapidly. So what we need to do is separate ourselves and slow ourselves down as quick as we can. So the process is going to be, we're going to close the throttle. As we do that, the aircraft's going to yaw, we're going to maintain straight, and we're going to gradually apply our back pressure to just raise the nose up onto the horizon, and we're going to settle around 70 knots and 1800 RPM. And then we're going to establish ourselves in the slow cruise. Okay, so clear left, clear center, clear right, no unsighted, here we go, closing the throttle. And as we do, raise the nose, nice and steady. We don't want to gain height here, we're just progressively raising the nose. And as you can see, the speed's washing off nice and quick. And approaching 70 knots, we're just going to put the power back to 1800 RPM. And there we're set for our slow speed flight and slow cruise. But note the nose attitude now, it's a lot higher. Alright, and I'm going to get it trimmed for that. Attitude, speed, power. And trim, we're maintaining 3,000 feet. Light high nose attitude, as you can see, we're stable at 70 knots. And that is our slow cruise. So you have control. Just have a bit of a feel of that. Just feel the attitude. And now, obviously, we are in slow flight, so how's our controls feeling?
A little bit more non-responsive.
Yep, a little bit more sluggish, a bit non-responsive, so we're going to just have slightly larger control inputs as required. But again, being careful not to over-control the aeroplane. Beautiful. Okay, I have control.
You have control.
Okay, and what we're going to do now is accelerate out of this slow cruise and resume normal flight. So again, clear left, clear centre, clear right, no one's around. We're going to go power, attitude, speed, power trim this time. So here we go, full power. As we do, progressively lower the nose. We don't want to do it too quickly. We want to trade that angle of attack for airspeed. There's the attitude for straight and level. Alright, so I'm holding that forward pressure. Now I'm re-trimming just a little bit just to get rid of it. And our speed is increasing. There we go, we're in the proper straight and level attitude now. Speed's looking good, 110 knots. Power reducing to 2,300 RPM. Still a bit of forward pressure. And trimming. And there we are, accelerated back to straight level flight, maintaining 3,000. Okay, Josh, so I'd like you to take controls. You're handing over.
I have control.
Okay, and you have control. And we'll have a look at one of those. So when you're ready, do a lookout and then we'll clear the turn and enter in.